Froggy, I can't see anything. My world is going all black. Where's the white? Oh, wait, my eyes were closed.
Mine too. What? What's going on here?
No. Your eyes were closed, not your ears.
What?
Hello, everybody. My name is Puppetine from the Geeky Puppet Show here on the Geeky Puppet Show today for Stargirl, Episode 8, Infinity Inc., Part 2. And joining me, of course, as always, Froggy. Say hi, Froggy.
Hi, Froggy.
Now say hi to the audience.
Hi, audience.
That's right, all one of them.
Oh, my bad. Hi to the audience.
Oh, two. There you go. Well, we are here. It's the second part, and we had a major drop-off last time. And we were left with the cliffhanger, and now we get the answers. In this episode, Pat and the Shade are trapped in the Shadow Realm. The Shadowlands.
This episode is so much better because it only features Courtney from the JSA and Jade.
That's right. We don't have to deal with Yolanda.
And Todd, a.k.a. Obsidian.
That's right. So, basically, with everything we're dealing with, we finally get answers over at the Helix Institute. We get to see Mr. Bones. We love Bones. He's awesome.
He's got a sexy voice.
Froggy, I don't need to know. I don't need to know what you find sexy.
I find everything sexy except you.
Thank you. I'm glad. Anyway, when we're talking about this, we get to see interesting perspectives because the Shade, we've seen him in the Shadowlands before. We've seen him get Courtney out, and he knows exactly how it works.
I gotta say, the Shadowland, I love it because we get to learn more about Pat and the Shade this episode. For those who never read the comic books, they do touch on Starman, the comic written by crap. I'm blanking now. I know the name. It's Derek Robertson is the artist, or no?
I'm not sure.
I curse you.
Froggy's crying right now.
But anyway, my point is, those who read the 90s Starman comic book, you kind of know the Shade's background with his sister and all that stuff, but here you actually get to see it on TV.
They don't tell us, they are showing us, and I really like that aspect, using the Shadow Realm as a narrative tool to help build these characters even more for us. We already enjoy them, but to get another insight, it's very important. And it's good to see like Pat and his dad, and his dad keeps saying how basically, oh, well, you hated me just like I hated you. And to see Pat constantly have to say, no, you don't understand. Nobody understands. I love you, to truly a hateful man. Pat's dad sucks. That car he was working on in this episode should just run him over.
Well, it was a Jeep. It was a military Jeep. I also want to point out that, as Shade pointed out to him, that it's not real, and then everything here is basically opposite is the negative. Basically the opposite. You're basically in the negative zone. Everything you thought, it plagues on you. They're pretty much shadow income. Basically, what do they call it? Aspiration? No, what do they call those?
Apparitions.
Apparitions. Yes, that's what it is. Thank you very much. And they basically try to play on your worst fears, your most regrets. And while his regrets was basically not making peace with his dad before his dad passed away. So we get to learn more about that, get to see his Pat's dad. It was kind of cool. But the biggest part, though, is the fact that Shade, learning about he wasn't there when his sister died, and he regrets it. Even though he says to Pat, I can't break free from this, because I don't feel emotion. Because Pat said, well, Courtney, that's how Courtney got out of this. You had to basically, make amends. You had to get,
That's how she survived.
yeah.
But it does get us to a point talking about Courtney. Courtney, in this episode, after the big explosion and stuff that happened last time, she's pretty much locked in a room. She's locked away. And she's being watched. Dun,
We find out that this is actually the only camera left in town.
Yes. But
she talks to Nurse Love first, I believe. No. That was Nurse Love after or before? I think it was
before.
Yeah, before. Yeah, she talked to Nurse Love. Nurse Love basically lied about how we help people, we don't hear their hostage,
But she didn't. See, that's the thing. This episode is telling us.
I want to point out though, because from last episode they abducted Todd.
But Todd claims otherwise.
Which makes me wonder, what did they do to Todd?
They didn't do anything.
Remember, Todd is also one of those kids, basically, when you're in a situation like that, you're scared, you believe help when someone's actually trying to help you. But so he could have been easily manipulated.
Yeah. Well, basically, we get the whole spiel from Dr. Bones, Mr. Bones. He goes ahead and says that essentially what he does is he seeks out people like him.
Yes.
He was born
I want to point out, he's pretty much Charles Xavier or the Doom Patrol, in a sense. Because he has a home for helping out people with abilities, but he says, because they're freaks like him, cannot be in the world, he helps them in isolation. Courtney says that won't work. Because these people need to know that they're loved, and that they're not freaks and all this stuff. That's how to get through it. Courtney, with her big heart, opens up Bones, non-existent heart, but he
does. It's Froggy. I think your bias is showing.
Well, I'm just saying, he wears the SS U-boat coat all the time, so we can't see it.
He does look a little bit.
But basically, we learn about his powers. Anything he touches, basically, disintegrates, because he has some alcheminus, or I can't remember what it was called, but anyway, so he said we also learned origin about him. He's always thinking how his mother was experimented on while he was pregnant. His powers ended up killing his mother. That's gotta be just really bad, being a baby and disintegrating your mother around you in the womb. Oof.
Yeah.
But basically, Courtney says, you can't keep them together. He said the only way they're gonna get my Pat, my stepdad, and the
Shade back
is we getting Jade with her brother. Jade can calm down her brother. Yeah. That's the only way you solve this.
Keeping them separate is basically causing what's happening.
Yes. We get to see when Jade walks in. Jade uses their power first because she wakes up in the cell, and Bones is using his sweet, sexy voice over the intercom and says, "Your powers won't work here. The cell is coated with a special black slime or ooze that will basically it looks like shadow. Doesn't it look like the shadow part? Ooze?
A little bit.
Yeah. And it's supposed to dull her flame. And they're like, you're safe, we'll keep you here. I'm like, okay, so it's getting creepy. But because Courtney convinced them, they let her out. She goes to her brother, who's in shade. He's basically in obsidian mode, shade mode, and says, go back, he'll hurt you. But then she touches him. They connect. They're back in the room when we saw them as kids being separated in the previous episode. At this point, we see them as little kids running to each other, hugging. And then we see them hugging as adults. And then you see, like I said, well, basically, this leads to basically the Shade and Pat coming back to the main world, in the main universe. In the cell. Like I said, it wraps up pretty nicely. But she confronted Bones about the camera and Nurse Love, and like they said, we don't have cameras, we don't do that stuff. He's like, because Courtney said, how do you know about us? Look, we do our research. And which is really creepy, because how did they really know? Did they have somebody watching them in Bluegrass?
Well, they had come to the Institute before, and I mean, I don't know.
But regardless, though, I mean, apart from that,
it seems that they are innocent. The whole Helix operation, Mr. Bones, whatever, he isn't the big bad this season. No. It is still a mystery.
So I want to also point out, though, he says after Courtney basically Pat and Courtney talked to the Shade and says, you know what? He's pretty much that kid's going. He's got Shadowlands, you know. And Courtney's like, you know what? I wish I would have had someone to, show me, how to use my, how to do stuff back when I first started. And Pat's like, you damn well, if you're in the same situation, he's got the same powers as you, maybe a little stronger. He said, if a little guidance, you can help him, because damn well you would have wanted somebody to help you when you're younger, when you first got these powers.
Not with so many dams, though, but yes.
Well, I mean, if Pat steps it up and starts swinging a little bit, he tried to drink beer. but so, regardless, I want to point out that the Shade agrees that, and then we get the final scene here, where it shows the sewer cap in Blue Valley, and then we see pizza boxes, and we see the Ninja Turtles.
We see somebody in a robe, and they are staring at the picture of our man, Rick, before he punches out the camera, and thus they punch out the screen. We don't know who it is. Dragon King is certainly a theory, but that's just a Stargirl theory.
But what's the main thing is, though, we pointed out, though, that was the only camera left. All the others are out of commission because they got rid of all the cameras in town.
I think that was a bait and switch, because Dr. Bones, while he does have cameras in his institute, he has not been watching everybody else. And he does. You were about to say it, but he does say towards the end, after everybody's left, that to Nurse Love, maybe Courtney's right. Maybe we should make a team of our own.
Yeah, we should have a team of their own. Because this episode's called Infinity Inc. So, but down in the sewer, though, the guy punched out the one monitor because all the other monitors were basically blank because their cameras are gone.
Yep.
So I'm curious. So, is this a lizard guy? And I just really don't want it to be the Lizard King because it made it so obvious.
You mean Dragon King?
Whatever.
It's different.
He's a lizard.
I don't know. I'm interested either way. This is a consistently good show, and next week things are going to amp up because Courtney is basically going to tell
Cameron
everything, and that's Icicle's son.
It leads Cameron Icicle Jr. versus Rick, who is we like to call him Roid Rick because his powers are making him angry, as Beth witnessed before when they're pulling the cameras out. He was punching holes in the wall for fun, and he's like I said. I really hope that
it's not Dragon King.
It's not, like I said, I really hope it's not him, because that would be the most letdown of the season. He was the big baddie in the I believe the second season, first season. Like, I would want it to be somebody else, but I really don't know who it could be, unless there's another ISA member we don't know about.
We'll have to wait and see. But that is pretty much it for us. We want to thank you so much. We want to hear what you think. It is a solid episode. Another one from Stargirl. It's not a surprise. Please make sure to leave your comments down below if you have seen it. Thank you to Maranya and Bianca Zombie for watching. And also, please make sure to like and subscribe. It helps out the channel.
Yes, and I want to shout out to everyone else. It shows we have a few more people watching that have commented. You don't have to, but we do ask you, if you haven't subscribed, please do so, because we do this every week. We also leave a like, and then down below in the comment section, if you want to, just let us know what your favorite part of tonight's episode was.
Or just tell us what you ate for dinner or lunch or breakfast.
Apart from this weirdo comment rambling, I want to point out that the Ko-Fi link we have that's going across the screen down here, it's optional, but we do appreciate it. The money that goes in that account goes to helping out, paying for the Marvel Unlimited and the DC Infinite apps that we use for our readings. Also, it helps pay for the StreamYard link. And holy crap, the longer I talk, we get more people watching.
But that's about it for us. We want to thank you so much. If you are just joining us, please make sure to rewind, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.
Have a good night, guys.
There's a Stargirl.